Well, are you thinking about offering advisory services, but you're not sure if your current clients are going to be a great match for that? And maybe you're interested in figuring out whether they are or not, but you don't know how to lead that conversation. This is Lauren Fogelman with Business Success Solution, and we are talking about how do you actually assess a client's needs and whether they would be a good fit for advisory services or not. Because being able to shift and transition in advisory services is a different way of working with your clients than the traditional business model. So that means that there's things that you might have been doing all this time, and they might need to be adjusted in order to be able to be seen as that advisor, as opposed to simply the compliance side of what you do. And moving in this direction means figuring out your client's advisory needs. But this is what happens a lot of times, is that you assume you already know what your clients need. And you focus maybe solely on the financials and the data side of things, but you might not consider that they have broader business context and how the financials and the data can apply to that. So we want to really expand how you're thinking about it. So it's not just about today, but it is future focused as well. And the other part is that you might fail to ask questions that allow you to get beyond the symptom or the surface of what they're presenting and talking about, and really dig deeper into some client challenges that they're having. So those are some of the things that create problems or don't really have you see how you can really add value. Is you make some assumptions, you focus on just the compliance side and the data that you're already comfortable with, and you fail to ask great questions so you can dig deeper into some of their real core challenges that are keeping them from moving forward or creating frustration for them. And when that happens, there might be a disconnect between the services that you're offering and what they actually need, because you're focusing too much on the functions and the technical side of accounting. So when you tend to overlook, failing to understand their needs, then that leads to some missed opportunities to provide a higher value service to your clients. Or it might be that you're answering their questions, but they don't realize that you might be able to do so much more for them. Also, when that happens and you're not able to do those additional things to really add in the consulting piece and the advisory piece, they see you as that technician, then it might mean that you have higher turnover or churn, and also that they're not getting as much satisfaction from your services as they could because you're not helping them with moving forward and their own business development. The other thing is that when you focus too much on the compliance side and just the data, then there might be some difficulty for you in showing your clients how you can do some advisory services for them or how that would benefit for them. You don't have the right words to communicate the value. And as a result of that, that leads to maybe slowing down growth for both your client's business as well as for your firm. So that's part of what happens when you fail to accurately be able to assess their needs and communicate the value. You have missed opportunities. There might be higher turnover. There might be some difficulty in, once again, really tapping into them seeing the value of moving forward in this direction with you, having the consulting side, not just the compliance side. And as a result, it might slow down growth for both you and clients. So we want to be able to look at what is needed to make that transition successfully from just the compliance piece over to the advisory piece, and be able to move forward with your firm and also deepen your client relationship. So I want to give you some things to consider in order to make that transition. The very first thing is meet with your clients. So get curious about what's going on with them, what's a priority, what's top of mind for them. Really be exploratory about what it is that is really top of mind for them or where they're feeling stuck. As you're meeting with them, get comfortable focusing on understanding their goals, their challenges, their aspirations. you want to know more. So you really want to show that you're interested in what is going on with them and where they want to go. And then also be able to encourage them to share some of their concerns with you, because as they're expressing their concerns, you might be able to uncover something that is just golden and will be something that grabs their attention to where they want to hear more and explore what the advisory services look like. So the very first thing is client meetings are a great resource for understanding how you might be able to add value with the advisory services. The second thing is, if that is something that you want to do, but you want to do even more and do it in a way that doesn't take as much time as individual client meetings, then put together a client needs survey, develop a questionnaire. In fact, it was something that I was just speaking earlier today with my coaching clients on how they can implement this with their clients in order to find out what it is that their clients needs. So put together some type of survey, and in the questionnaire, figure out what is it about the various parts of their business that they want to focus on, whether it's finance, operations, strategy, or maybe something else, risk management. So figure out what it is that they would like to look at growing or put more of their attention on as they're moving forward with their business. And once you start getting back results, you want to identify where are the gaps in their current businesses that you might be able to assist them with. And then as you're reviewing that, you're gathering the data, start to highlight where are the advisory services that your firm can offer that would actually add value. And with this, stay in your lane, focus on your strengths. Don't just deviate because somebody mentioned something that you could be doing, but it's not actually one of your strengths yet. So as you're getting all this information and analyzing it, focus on the things that are still within your lane, your strengths, as opposed to moving in some other direction and possibly chasing something, but it's going to be more of a challenge for you building that out. The third thing is analyze industry trends. So if you have a specific niche that you're already working with, or clients are in a particular segment more in one area than in some other area, then you want to maybe stay on top of some of the trends, some of the challenges that their particular industry is experiencing. And you can do this by going to some of their industry conferences, subscribing to some of their publications, and then using this knowledge to inform your clients about things that are going on in their particular niche that they might not be aware of yet. So that's another thing, is know what's going on in your clients' verticals, their professions, their industries, and be a resource of upcoming trends and changes going on. The fourth thing is leverage your team's insights, because your team members might be having those direct client conversations, and they might know things about your clients that you are not aware of. So think about how your team members might be able to discuss with you things that are going on with some of the clients that they're working with, and that you want to be part of understanding what it is that they're hearing, what it is that they know, to gain insights. So you want to maybe teach your team how to come to you or have staff meetings about client challenges as well as opportunities that the firm could be taking advantage of. And then once again, these opportunities, these client challenges can go ahead and be used to identify some high value advisory services that would be relevant to your current clients. And the last thing is get curious. When a client is talking about a problem, whether it's with you or one of your team members, know how to get curious, understand the problem more, and actually dig deeper. So this means that you want to be able to ask great questions that help you get to the root cause of the issue, not just the surface symptom that they're coming to you with, but why are they experiencing that symptom? And as a result of that, this might lead to you being able to discuss advisory meetings and how that might benefit your client with getting beyond just the surface that they're experiencing, being able to resolve it so that they can move forward with their own business growth and development. So those are some of the ways to be able to start to get more insights about your own client needs is have client meetings, implement a client needs survey, analyze industry trends, leverage your team so that they can share with you what they're hearing, what's going on with your clients, and get curious to go beyond the symptoms that they are currently experiencing to that root cause. And of course, there might be some challenges that come up as you're starting to implement these techniques. One is time. You're already busy. Your team is already busy. So how do you start to put together things to start to grow the advisory services? And I just want to say it is one step at a time. So start small and think about who are your top clients, maybe understanding their challenges. And then as you're starting to implement with one client at a time, you can expand the process. After that, think about client reluctance, because yes, there are some clients where you know they would benefit from this, but they might be hesitant about moving forward in this direction, or maybe they keep things close to their chest and they don't want to open up because they fear that you might be judging them because they don't have something handled. And the third thing is there might be some skill gaps. Maybe it's about how to be able to have client advisory meetings, being able to communicate with them, how to be able to lead these things, and also needs analysis. So think about what are the gaps that are within your firm that would keep you from being able to successfully implement this, or if you were able to invest in some training, this would help you to actually speed up the process and be even more effective. And then the last one is information overload. So you're going to uncover more than you actually have the capacity to address right now. And that's okay. That is what I call a problem of luxury. So what you want to do is, as you're gathering information, you want to prioritize and also stay in your lane by focusing on your firm's strengths. So prioritize and also lead with things that are aligned with your firm's strengths. So those are some of the common challenges. Is yes, there are time restraints. Some clients might be reluctant. They don't see it as why they ought to be moving forward in this direction. There are some skill gaps maybe for you or your team, and there might be information overload as you are starting to understand more about what your clients' needs are. But this is an evolution. It is an ongoing process. It's not a one-time event. And because of that, where you are now and where you might be as you continue to move in this direction will be an evolution. It's going to change. You're going to get better. You're going to gain insights along the way. And just realize that you want this to be something that becomes a core part of your firm and its operations. But by consistently doing this, as opposed to starts and stops, consistency gets better results. You want to think about how advisory services will add value to your clients, how this is going to strengthen your client relationships, and also have clients see your firm as a strategic partner. So once again, identifying the client needs. That is the foundational piece to offering advisory services. It means that you're going to have insights about challenges, goals, the aspirations of your clients. They start to see you as a team member as opposed to just a technician. And as you're doing this, it is a skill that you improve over time, but it's a win-win for you and your clients, because as you're getting better and you're growing out your advisory services, you're also helping your clients be able to move forward and address the challenges that come up with advancing their business as well. So I look forward to hearing from you as to what resonated with you, where you could use more information, how this is something that maybe validated a move that you want to do with you and your firm. And I look forward to really hearing what's going on with you and how you can use this to grow your firm. So Lauren Fogelman, Business Success Solution, showing accounting firm owners how to double their income, working half the time.